So there is always something really cool about finding an Easter egg that references one of your favourite games whilst you play an entirely different game. And that's why in today's video we're going to be taking a look at 10 video game Easter eggs that reference other games. Now I've made plenty of videos on this topic before, so if your favourite video game referencing Easter egg isn't in this video, then it might be in one of those. If you still think I've missed it, then let me know in the comments, and if I do use it in a future video, I'll feature your name in the credits. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin today's video by going home. Or at least it was until I f***ed everything up. Now for a game that's all about driving really long distances in as realistic manner as possible, American Truck Simulator is full of cool Easter eggs. I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but my personal favourite ATS Easter egg are these bins that look like the South Park kids, with this Cartman dumpster being hilariously bigger than the others. Well, that has been my favourite Truck Simulator Easter egg for the last couple of years, but this next Easter egg gives it a serious run for its money. I'm going to drive down this road, and I want you to tell me what this street reminds you of. So this street is a reference to Grove Street from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This house would be CJ's and this house would be Sweet's. Of course, we all know that the gang's colour was green, so having two green cars parked nearby probably isn't a coincidence. It's crazy that a street in a video game can be so recognisable and bring back so many memories. Speaking of San Andreas, up next is Cyberpunk 2077. Now I'm sure that if you've been following Cyberpunk or Easter eggs at all in the past couple of years, you will already know about these two bodies on the train tracks. This was indeed a reference to CJ and Big Smoke, and the infamous wrong side of the tracks mission.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
However, what some of you may not know is that this isn't the only San Andreas Easter egg found in Cyberpunk. When walking past certain diners, there is a chance that you will hear this.
I'll have 2 number 9s, 1 supersize, 1 regular.
Anything else?
A number 6 with extra sauce, 2 45s, 1 7, and a large Nyko.
Would you like an extra shot of high-density pure fructose?
Sure, why not?
So whilst not a one-to-one recreation, this larger-than-life gentleman's order is very similar to Big Smoke's iconic fast food order.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
I mean, how a fast food order from a cutscene in a video game became popular enough to be referenced in a game released nearly 20 years later blows my mind. Now, when it comes to video game referencing Easter eggs in games, there are 2 OGs. You have Duke Nukem, who would usually insult the game he was referencing.
Power armor is for pussies.
And you had Serious Sam, who once took the opportunity to take a shot back at Duke.
Dude, you've been hanging here like forever.
Well, with both heroes taking a backseat in recent years, Phantom Fury decided it was only right to return the favour. Sort of. After escaping the mines, you come to an area guarded by snipers. Sneaking into a nearby building, you can find a lone shoe, which looks really out of place. Outside of the building, you can find a boarded up mineshaft, where you can find another shoe, this time attached to a foot along with a pair of sunglasses. Well, if you pick up the shoe that you found earlier and bring it to the naked foot, this will happen. So as a reward for reuniting the shoe with its owner, you are given the automatic grenade launcher. Now, if it wasn't already obvious, the shoe and the skeleton belong to Serious Sam, who wore the exact same shoes in his games. Now you might be wondering if the grenade launcher is worth it. Well, take a look at the size of these balls.
Almost broke his flat.
So with the movie thrusting the Minecraft name back into the spotlight, I'd be stupid to not mention a game that references Hades 2. I mean Minecraft. Anyway, the very first weapon that you pick up in Superland 6 Inches Under is a wooden pickaxe, which as far as references go, is okay. I mean, you could argue that it's just a wooden pickaxe, and just because it's a wooden pickaxe, that doesn't mean it's a reference to Minecraft. And you know what? You'd be right. I mean, sure, breaking blocks with the pickaxe looks a lot like Minecraft, but if that's the Easter egg, it's pretty underwhelming. Well, on the beach level, you can find this guy. Now, when I first shared this Easter egg a couple of years ago in my video game Easter egg series, which you should definitely check out if you want to keep up to date with the latest and greatest Easter eggs in games, I said that it was a reference to your boy Steve from Minecraft. But loads of you commented that this guy's glowing white eyes might mean it's more of a reference to Herobrine than Steve. For those that don't know, Herobrine is a character that was apparently deleted from every version of Minecraft, but could still show up in people's games. It's since been proven that Herobrine is definitely not in any version of Minecraft, well, apart from mods, but that won't stop your younger brother claiming otherwise. Now, for this next game, I've actually chosen 2 Easter eggs that reference games instead of the usual one, and that's mainly because they can be found right next to each other, and also because it's my video, so I make the rules. Punch Club 2 is one of those games that if you were to not know what it was, you wouldn't understand what makes it so addictive. But the loop of going to work, going to the gym, going to bed, and then fighting is just that. It's really addictive. Of course, it's not just working out, working, sleeping and fighting that you can do in Punch Club 2. You can also explore loads of different locations, and in typical video game fashion, one of these locations is the sewers, because every game needs a sewer level. Down here, you can go toe-to-toe with someone called Winky Tinky. No, I said Winky Tinky, but you can also find a couple of video game referencing Easter eggs. First up is this. So this knocked over vending machine is a reference to the Circus of Values from BioShock. I mean, of all the things to reference from BioShock, the Circus of Values definitely wasn't the top of my list, but it's still really cool to see.
Welcome to the Circus of Values!
Next up, you can find this. So it's a Brotherhood of Steel helmet, just carelessly discarded for anyone to get their grubby hands on. Nearby, you can also see the Brotherhood of Steel logo, you know, just in case the futuristic helmet wasn't enough. So if you've ever played Dredge, you'll know that what seems like a cozy time fishing and pulling wrecks from the ocean is actually a terrifying game of cat and mouse between you and whatever is lurking in the murky depths. Luckily, you can dock your boat at night and lay low until things calm down. But it seems that a fellow fisherman may not have been so lucky. At this location on the map, you can find this. So it's a boat wreckage in a place full of boat wreckages. What makes this one so special? Well, this boat actually belongs to my mate, Dave the Diver. Quite what Dave was doing here, I don't know. I'm just hoping he packed his scuba gear. Now, the NPCs of the Goat Simulator games have it tough. Not only do they live in a world where they are terrorized by a lone goat, but their privacy is also not safe. I mean, if I had a VPN sponsor, now would be a great time to mention it. But seeing as I don't, I'll just say check out my Patreon for a chance to claim free games, get early access to videos, and the opportunity to join my super duper exclusive Discord server. Anyway, you may be wondering, how exactly are the Goat Simulator NPCs having their privacy invaded? Well, at this location on the map, you can find the background checker mask, and if you approach an NPC with it equipped, this will happen.
Is that a goat or am I seeing?
So the mask gives you the lowdown on whoever you're looking at, just like the Watch Dogs games. I mean, sure, the series may have taken a turn for the worst, but the concept of hacking a city is still really cool. Anyway, there are loads of different descriptions for the NPCs, so here are just a few of my favourites.
Holy cow!
Nowhere again.
I am very frightened!
Hey, come closer so I can kick your ass.
Now, you know how I said earlier that Duke Nukem would often take shots at other games in the form of Easter eggs? You have Duke Nukem, who would usually insult the game he was referencing. See, I did say that. Well, another game that liked to poke fun at other video games by killing their main character was Blood. I don't know if lawyers were too expensive in the late 90s or video game companies have gotten more sensitive over time, but it wasn't uncommon to see your favourite characters dead in other games. It just doesn't seem to happen anymore. For proof of this, in the Forgotten Tomb level in Blood What Lies Beneath, you can find this.
She raided her last tomb.
So this is Lara Croft, and given how she treated her butler over the years, you could argue that this is karma. So for those that don't know, I record everything you see on this channel myself, even the background gameplay, which takes up a lot of hard drive space. I don't know why I do this, God knows it'd be easier to just use other people's footage like some really big channels do, but recording it myself just feels like the right thing to do. The only trouble is when you're looking to find a single zombie in a world full of zombies, things can start to get difficult. I mean, I had almost given up hope of ever finding the zombie in question in State of Decay 2. And then I found this. So this zombie with a cone on its head is a reference to the cone-headed zombies seen in the Plants vs Zombies games. So the final video game referencing Easter egg once again references Minecraft. I mean, come on, it's almost at $1 billion at the box office, I need to hop aboard the hype train. In the original Talos Principle, you can find this. So it's the diamond sword from Minecraft, which is great and all, but considering you spend most of the game alone, you don't really have a chance to use it. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then a like is really appreciated. If you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. YouTube seems to think that you'll like the video on screen, so perhaps give that a watch, and as always, I'll speak to you all soon.